Hey folks, Siam here. Kids are asleep right next door, so I'm going to have to whisper again. But yeah, lots happening. Also, thanks for everyone that came to the cuddle yesterday and last night. I had a whale of a time. But today, or right now, it's night time of the 20th of November. I want to talk about Crypto EBOLA, the rumour echo chamber, and the dump. Hokey cokey. Right, so first of all, if you haven't seen this video from 3 days ago talking about Genesis and how it could be worse than FTX, definitely watch it because it shows you where Genesis sits amongst the bigger picture and DCG. So basically DCG owns a whole bunch of massive companies, which is basically every big company in crypto. So definitely watch that. And in terms of Crypto EBOLA, this has the potential to be, the equivalent of Lehman Brothers and Bear Stearns going bust, during the subprime mortgage collapse. Or the equivalent, actually a better equivalent could be something similar to, Enron. Well, I guess FTX is more like Enron during the tech bubble pop. But long story short, this is a contagion. This is like Ebola for crypto, because if Genesis goes bust, basically all hell breaks loose. Because the main thing, in my opinion, is where's it gone? Damn it, I don't have it anymore. Is that Grayscale Investments? So Grayscale could then start dumping a whole bunch of their assets, and they've got over $15 billion worth of crypto. In fact, where is it here? Yeah, this is the one. So whoever this is, OX Acrasia, he found this as part of Grayscale's thing. So yeah, Grayscale's over 17 different crypto trusts, but pay attention to the actual token. So BAT, Cash, Chainlink, Decentraland, Filecoin, Horizon, Litecoin, all these assets I would highly recommend you do not touch right now, because by the way, the probability isn't 0%. There is a higher than 0% probability, I would say higher than a 50% probability that Grayscale is in a big bit of doo-doo right now. And if they have to start dumping shit, well, guess what? They're going to have to start dumping some of this stuff. So if you have any Filecoin or any of these, just be careful, all right? So yeah, and by the way, everyone, there seems to be a bit of a rumor mill going around, and Twitter is a bit of an echo chamber. So for example, if you go to Twitter and just type in any old, FTX bankruptcy or whatever, it will show you all sorts of stuff. And what you'll find is that Twitter is somewhat reverberating all the same stuff, and it's turning into a bit of Chinese whispers. So I think most of the internet is probably aware that, DCG apparently has to find $1 billion by Monday, otherwise it goes tits up. Don't forget that there are deep pockets behind DCG, and that apparently VC firms are shutting the door on them, etc. I've personally found no proof of that. I've clicked around. If you just go to, if you type in Twitter, DCG, crypto, etc., everyone is sort of giving, hearsay. There's no proof that VC firms are shutting the doors on them and that they're going to struggle to find the $1 billion, etc. I personally haven't seen it, so I don't like acting on hearsay. I just treat it as a singular data point amongst a sea of data points, and I apply a relevant weighting in terms of weight to that data point. So at the moment, I'm pretty much dismissing it. In terms of, so that's that. And also I've had loads of private messages, and one other thing that I see which is causing a lot of a hoo-ha, things like this, people are sending me stuff on Facebook and Twitter saying, hey, FTX bankruptcy shows that the company had 134 affiliates, blah blah blah, and that 134 companies have just gone bust, etc, etc. Well, okay, dive into it, and when you have a look at it, these 134 companies, they're not like really other crypto companies. they're not like, you know, DCG's company. So for example, DCG's has, you know, they got lots of different companies, but in terms of the crypto ones, they got like 5, you know, subsidiaries. These are proper freaking companies. But when you look at the FTX stuff, you'll see that all of the companies that had to go bust was part of the massive spider web of fraud and deception and tax dodging. This, if you look at all the you know, the dot or all the literal spider web of all these companies and the lines connecting them, it is all Alameda and FTX and how they basically harbored illegal profits and whatnot. So I've had a look through this and done a little, I say only a 5-minute sort of digging into ones, but they're not proper companies, and I don't think Ledger Holdings is you know, as in the ledger. So I wouldn't worry about that. So that's again turning into a bit of an echo chamber. However, one thing is interesting is that all of a sudden DCG has got rid of their team page, and so all we're getting is a 404 not found, and you cannot find the team now, which is interesting. However, you can't delete anything from the internet because the Wayback Machine has everything pretty much. So even, I mean, well, it's probably a bit, it's pretty recent. I mean, there's lots of different snapshots here, but I just found one on the Who We Are page. It shows you everything. So it's Barry Silbert's business, this dude here, very successful guy, and obviously the big team, they've literally just scrubbed it. So it looks like they are, I personally think they're up shit's creek, but I don't think things are going to happen as fast as people think. And also it's really dodgy how Grayscale are not doing proof of reserves. They're saying for security reasons we're not going to share our wallets. Well, Coinbase, Binance are sharing their wallets, etc. Bybit are sharing their wallets. Why can't you? Why does Grayscale have to obscure and obfuscate their wallets for security reasons? Well, I can see 2 good reasons why they're not sharing their wallets. Reason 1, let's get a red pen for this. 2 very good reasons why they're not doing it. Dodgy funds, i.e. criminal or yeah, just dodgy. Okay, so they got $15 billion worth of assets. Well, okay, it's either going to be dodgy or it is not there. Honestly, there's no good reason. That is an absolute bullshit reason that they can't share their wallets. There's only 2 reasons why they're not doing it. They've either got dodgy funds, because the moment they share their wallets, all the internet sleuths and stuff, we can look through the blockchain, see where stuff has come from. Twitter will freaking find all the dodginess there, and they know that. Or they just, it's not there. Just like FTX lost loads of money, and UST and Luna, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, yeah, it's really dodgy. Now the dump. So have we got through everything here? Yeah, yada yada yada. So when we look at Bitcoin, so let's have a little look-see at Bitcoin. Everyone is thinking that, you know, Monday's going to be the big dump, blah blah blah. So obviously we're looking at Bitcoin on the daily chart. Nothing has really happened. So the FTX hacker has started dumping Ether, but again, even when you look at Ether, not much has really happened. It's gone from 1200 to 1150. I mean, it's a non-move. I mean, you always have to zoom out and look at the bigger picture. And when you look at the bigger picture, it's absolutely bugger all. It's just that most people in crypto are freaking degenerates, and they're looking at the 5-minute chart. And so on the 5-minute chart, everything looks freaking big. Jesus, I've lost actual price action here. So everything looks like, oh my god, the dump, the FTX hackers dumping everything. Well, actually just zoom out. It's gone from 1220 to 1205. That's not really a move. This is nothing. Look at the freaking daily chart, or even the 4-hour chart, and then zoom out. It's like nothing is really happening here. So what has happened is that Bitcoin has been in a compression. right? So technically this is a symmetrical compression. So the direction it's neutrally biased. So it's basically 50-50. However, when you take a symmetrical compression like that and whack it into a massive sell-off like this, it adds more probability to the downside. So if I was pushed to give a probability, I would say with a symmetrical compression like this at the end of a big old sell-off like that, I would say it's a 60% probability of a move to the downside, etc. But what the whole of crypto Twitter is expecting right now is this. They're expecting so bear in mind this is the 4 hour chart. They think, oh yep, it's broken out, it will probably do a Kobo maybe, and then all the way down here, but yeet all the way down to sort of 12-13k. That's not happening. It's too soon. I think it's going to happen. What are we on, the 20th? The move down to 12-13k, I'm pretty damn sure is going to happen, but it's not going to be tomorrow. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd freaking love to be wrong here. I would love it if we dumped down to 12-13k tomorrow. But from a price action point of view, I do not see this happening. I think we've got another few days of shenanigans and whatnot, and I reckon it's going to be towards the end of November, early December, we see that dump. So from a technical analysis point of view, oh dear lord, what's more likely to happen is we have the normal Sunday dump, and we could probably bounce off this sort of 16,000 level, and then we have a bit of a rally over here. Just curiously, if we look at the lick map, so when we look at Bitcoin on Binance, which is where most of the volume is right now, these are all the liquidations for those going long, and no one's really going short. The amount of people shorting this is have stopped, so everyone's really bullish right now. But look at all these big old spikes. By the way, this is very fluid. This changes all of the time. So if you're watching this in a day's time, this will have no doubt shifted. But what has not shifted is this. This has been somewhat of a constant. We have these two big clumps of liquidation zones. So basically big old clumps here, and this is now growing. This hasn't been here for a while, but yeah, so when shit does happen, if we do have a slow move, it's going to be gentle way, because each clump here will then start triggering price acceleration downwards, down towards the sort of the $10,000 level, and maybe even a spike low much lower than that. But also when we're looking at ETH, come on, yeah, same sort of picture. It's less aggressive as the Bitcoin one, but no, it looks like all the shorters have just stopped. They're probably taking profits, which is interesting. Wouldn't have expected that, but yeah, I don't think the 13-12k is coming now. And I've seen loads of big Twitter accounts saying, prepare for the dump, it's coming like now or tomorrow, etc. I'll be really freaking surprised if that happens. If anything, I'm seeing more of a dump, reversal back. I mean, until we get out of this sort of phase here, we are literally, in fact, I'm going to go as far as saying is that I really don't give a shit about Bitcoin until it breaks below 15k or breaks above 17.5. Until that happens, you need to just basically chill the hell out, and everything, all price action within this little noisy area, just ignore it. So in fact, it's probably worth just drawing shit like this, and then the moment you see a little bit of red go wee, or a bit of green go wee, which I'm not too sure that would happen, but yeah, then you can expect either a Kobo, as in a kiss off, bugger off, or pull back, kiss off, bugger off, something like that. And even on the slim chance it is to the upside, I wouldn't freak out, because look at this on the daily chart. I mean, a move back to 18k would actually be healthy. It would actually be healthy. And really, I'm looking at that line there. So what the healthiest move would be a move back up to 20, whatever. This would actually fool a lot of people thinking, oh, you know, the dump's not happening anymore. And then absolute pain take you down to, you know, yeah, yeah, that is what I would like to see. Okay, just the caveat here, this is what I would like to see. That would be a healthy pullback, and then bring on the pain, which, or for me, bring on the glory. I can't wait till we see these little spike lows, but don't ignore this trend line. So that's all for now. I think that's what's probably going to go up on YouTube. I'm now going to go and have a look at all the other assets and give you my little 2 cents, but that's going into my students. So I'll see you in a bit. And RT Studs, I'm going to put the next bit on Telegram. Right, have a good one all. See ya. Bye.